celebrate Simcha Shabbat. Lots of things to celebrate, like some anniversaries of some folks that I see right in front of me. No one in particular.
Shalom Ra. מה נשמע? מה העניינים? גם אני. I even called them out during our preschool service. Okay. Whatever you want. Whatever you're comfortable with. Shabbat Shalom, everybody. Sorry for the few-minute delay. I hope everybody is doing well this evening, and we want to welcome you to our Shabbat evening service where we are celebrating our sisterhood this evening with the installation and discharge of their board, as well as honoring and recognizing all of our June Simcha celebrations for birthdays and anniversaries. So we welcome you all. And how about if we, a nigun, a beginning, a quick little nigun just to get us in the mood as everybody is coming in. Fortunate to be able to share the pulpit this evening with Danny. We are going to begin our service on page 11 with the singing of Lechuna Ranina.
Lechuna Ranina, Lechuna Ranina, Lechuna Ranina, sing with us. Lechuna Ranina, Lechuna Ranina.
Arba'im shnakut bador v'omoram tohe levav hem v'hem lo yadu derachai asher nishpati ve'alpi im yavon el menuchati.
We turn to page 13, continuing with Shir Ladonai.
Shiru Ladonai shir chadash, Shiru Ladonai kol haaretz, Shiru Ladonai baruch shemo, pasu miyom leyom, Yeshuato. Shiru Ladonai shir chadash, Shiru Ladonai kol haaretz, Shiru Ladonai baruch shemo, pasu miyom leyom, Yeshuato. Uvagoyim kevoto, bechol העמים לבנותיו.
ישמחו השמיים ותגל.
לפני אדוני כי בא לשפוט הארץ, ישפוט תבל בצדק, ועמים באמונתו.
Take a moment on your own to silently recite on page 15 and 16 and 17 and 18 the middle Psalms, and we're going to join together in a moment at the bottom of page 20 for Romamu.
We invite Danny to lead us in the responses of Romamu. Please follow along Danny's voice. This is a call and a response, and her brother Sammy will jam it out on the cajon. Romemu, 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 Romemu Adonai, Romemu Adonai, Eloheinu, Eloheinu, Romemu, 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 Romemu Adonai, Romemu Adonai, Eloheinu, Eloheinu, והשתחוו להר קודשו, והשתחוו להר קודשו, והשתחוו להר קודשו, והשתחוו להר קודשו, כי קדוש, כי קדוש, כי קדוש אדוני, אלוהינו רוממו.
Romemu, Romemu,
רוממו, רוממו,
Romemu, Romemu,
רוממו, רוממו,
Romemu, Romemu,
רוממו אדוני,
Eloheinu,
אלוהינו, והשתחוו להר קודשו. Everyone. והשתחוו להר קודשו, והשתחוו להר קודשו, והשתחוו להר קודשו, כי קדוש, כי קדוש, כי קדוש אדוני, אלוהינו רוממו. Join us. כי קדוש, כי קדוש, כי קדוש אדוני, אלוהינו רוממו.
We turn the page and rise, page 21, Mizmor LeDavid.
מזמור לדוד, עבור אדוני בני אלים, עבור אדוני כבוד ועוז, עבור אדוני כבוד שמו, השתחוו לאדוני בעדרת קודש, כל
join and invite Robin and Sue to come forward for the honor of lighting our Shabbat candles. And then we will be seated as we turn to Lachado D on 23. May be seated. Lachado D, page 23.
We invite you to join us.
Ishmi
Shabbat bride. Boi v'shalom ateret ba'ala, gam besimcha uv'tzola, toch emunei am segula, boi chala, boi chala, lecha dodi.
You may be seated. Continuing in our service, we turn to where do we turn to? We turn
Page
to 27 for Mizmor Shir Le'Yom HaShabbat.
Mizmor Shir Le'Yom HaShabbat, Mizmor Shir Le'Yom HaShabbat, Mizmor Shir Le'Yom HaShabbat, Mizmor Shir Le'Yom HaShabbat, Tov Le'odot Adonai, U'letzaveh Le'shivcha Elyon.
Le'yom HaShabbat, Mizmor Shir Le'yom HaShabbat, Mizmor Shir Le'yom HaShabbat, Mizmor Shir Le'yom HaShabbat.
עוד ינובו מסייבות שני ורננים יהיו להגיד כי ישר אדוני צורי ולוב לטבור.
Turn to the next page. Page 29. It's for you.
מקולות מים רבים אדירים משפרי ים, מקולות מים רבים אדירים משפרי ים, אדיר במרום אדוני, אדיר במרום אדוני, אדיר במרום אדוני, אדיר במרום אדוני, מקולות מים רבים אדירים משפרי ים, מקולות מים רבים אדירים משפרי ים, אדיר במרום אדוני,
אדיר במרום אדוני, אדיר במרום אדוני, אדיר במרום אדוני, אדיר
Mourners and those observing Yortzeit, rise, page 30 for Kaddish Yatom. Yitgadal v'yitkadash merabah.
Amen.
Be'alma divrach yurtei v'yamlich malchutei. V'chayachon v'yomechon uv'chayei d'chol Beit Yisrael. Ba'agala uv'izman kariv imru amen. Yehei shmei rabba mevorach le'olam ulamei amaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh v'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal shemei d'kudusha le'ela min kol berchata v'shirata tushbechata v'nechemata damiran le'alma v'imru amen. Yehei shlama rabba min shemaya v'chaim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Oseh shalom b'imromav u'ya'aseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. You may be seated. You all can be seated. There was a debate in the Talmud. That's not a surprise to any of you. There's always a debate when it comes to Jews. And the debate was between Rabbi Akiva and Ben Azai. And the question was, what is the most fundamental verse in the Torah? You're probably familiar with this debate. Rabbi Akiva says what? Ve'ahavta l'recha kamocha. The absolute most fundamental verse in the Torah is, you shall love your fellow as you love yourself. Ben Azai takes a different approach. He says, this is the book of generations of Adam. On the day that God created humans, God made humans in God's image. Now, it would be for an interesting class, not here in this moment, to discuss the difference between those two, how they complement one another, how they both teach us fundamental principles of what it means to be a Jewish person. Number one, that we must not just enjoy each other's company, but learn to love another, even if that other disagrees with us. Even if that other holds positions that are so very different, diametrically opposed to the positions that we must hold, or we may hold. And Ben Azai teaches us, why is it that we must love the other? Because we're all created in the image of God. Each and every human being has a spark of the divine. Bless you. They don't discuss here when the beginning of life begins. That's not this discussion, but it is certainly a discussion in the Talmud. The rabbis wrestle with that question over and over and over again because they hold so fundamentally to life that is our obligation to live. And they come to the realization that the life of a woman who is living and breathing takes precedence over the potential life of a fetus. And that's not to say they take lightly the notion, the idea, the possibility of aborting, but they allow it. Our tradition allows it. Not in every circumstance, not across the board, not simply as a reason not to have a child. But in the case when a woman's life is in danger, a woman's life takes precedence over another. And today the Supreme Court took that right away from so many. And Judaism stands in stark contrast to that position and those views. And this moment demands that we share with this country our views and our position as Jews, and engage in the dialogue, in the debate, in the conversation. It's ironic, isn't it, that the night that we celebrate and recognize the women of this congregation for the incredible work that Sisterhood does day after day and year after year, that was created as a response to the lack of rights by women for too long in our tradition. That sisterhoods exist today, even though there is equality. But is there? Whose right is it to make a decision for a woman and her body. Whose right is it? It is her right. And sisterhoods around the country exist to remind us of women's rights. It is ironic that we celebrate the women of this congregation this evening when today such a dangerous and historic decision was made by our Supreme Court. We hope and pray that the women of this country, regardless of race, of gender, of nationality, of wealth or not, have the right to choose for themselves how they are going to live in this world with that potential life that is growing inside of them. It's strange to have to switch from something so devastatingly challenging to our country to something so important and uplifting in this moment to recognize the women of sisterhood who have led this community for the last years. But we would be remiss if we didn't do that. And in fact, in doing that, we can remember the important role that they play, that you must continue to play, not just for our congregation this evening, but for all of the women of this country that you must play. So, I'm going to invite the members of the 2020 to 2022 Board of Directors. I'm going to call your names. I'm going to invite you to rise. Lynn Freeman, Tammy Metkin, Carrie Vishager, Charlene Blau, Karen Nebel, Tarane Banapur, Janine Reichard, Jan Ross, Sue Weiss, Norma Fink, Carol Levin, Meredith Fox, Georgina Einseidler, Sherry Maiman, Lenny Dinnan, and Geraldine Shorten. Many of you are here. Those of you who are not, we extend to you these words. What does God require of us? To revere, to love, and to serve with all our heart and all our soul, to keep the commandments and the statutes of Adonai. You have done that and more these last 2 years as members of the board of Shomrei Torah Synagogue Sisterhood. We salute you, we congratulate you, we acknowledge the incredible work that you've done, and I now officially discharge you of your duties and responsibilities as members of the board of Sisterhood. Thank you and kol hakavod. Now, members of our executive committee of Sisterhood, I'm going to call out your names. Torah Fund Vice President Jackie Ben Ephraim, who is not with us because her mother just died, Zichrono Livracha. We remember her for a blessing. Program Vice President Judy Yaniv Goldberg. Membership Vice President Gail Kogan. Communications Vice President Brenda Kasdan. Recording Secretary Sandy Gilbert. Treasurer Sherry Lahavi. Financial Vice President Rochelle Silverberg. Executive Vice President Robin Solomon, to please rise. Rabbi Meir taught, if you have labored in Torah, God will favor you with great reward. As you, volunteer members of our Sisterhood Executive Board, you have served with love and dedication on behalf of Sisterhood for the betterment of both Sisterhood and this synagogue. You have labored in love, and your rewards stand out in the successes of your service. We recognize you and thank you for your commitment to the welfare and collective good of our synagogue. We thank you for your service. You are now officially discharged from your duties, and you may be seated. Mazel tov. That's great. I love that. Thank you. You may have noticed there was one name that I did not invite to rise, our President Sue Moss. Before she rises, a few short words. We learn from Rabbi Elazar ben Azariah in Pirkei Avot, Im ein kemach, ein Torah. Im ein Torah, ein kemach. If there is no bread, there is no Torah, and if there is no Torah, there is no bread. Now, while kemach literally means bread or flour, it can also be translated as dough, nourishment, sustenance, wages, and even security. What this means is that an individual cannot be expected to learn, to pray, to engage in religious life unless he or she is physically sustained. As on an individual level, so too on a communal level. Religious institutions cannot exist without the material support that comes from those who produce, prepare, and provide to maintain both the organization and the individuals who congregate there. But on the other side of this equation, Torah defines the ways one must produce, prepare, and provide. The values of our tradition must permeate into the souls of those who are responsible for the kemach. In other words, to support in a way that is aligned with our tradition. Without question, that is Sisterhood's mission. They sustain our community. They cater to our physical and spiritual needs. They afford us the means to impart the Torah that flows from this synagogue. The leadership of Sisterhood clearly understands the essential, vital role they play. And in President Sue Moss, we have someone who embodies the very essence of this rabbinic dictum. It should not surprise anyone that when Sue is not here, which seems as if she's here all the time, she's at her grocery store. A role there that substantiates the rabbinic dictum as well, sustaining the world at large. While here at STS, Sue is the one we turn to all the time, as we know that with her, the material is anything but immaterial. Sue has a remarkable capacity to see and know what small details need to be taken care of, to ensure that people, programs, and our synagogue is sustained. Whether making sure there is something to eat after a service, managing the kitchen, overseeing our oneg, or whether it's having ice cream treats for our tots. Whatever Sue does, she does with style and elegance. She can see the parts and the whole and brings them together seamlessly. Sue sees Shomrei as an extension of family. Where the kitchen and dining room table are at the center of family life, so too here, Sue sees Shomrei as one large place of gathering, of creating the space that allows for the flow of conversation and relationship building. It is not surprising that when I looked up the word care in the dictionary, I found the following: the provision of what is necessary for the health, welfare, maintenance, and protection of someone or something. Sue provides the care for this synagogue. She bestows the kemach so that all who enter our building can engage in the acquisition of Torah. Sue doesn't do what she does with fanfare. In fact, most times you wouldn't know that Sue was even here. She prefers the background, and for that matter, the back of the room. You won't find Sue leading from the front, boisterous or overexcited. That's not Sue's way. She is calm, temperate, even you might say restrained, but ever present and boundless in her capacity to give. Sue, you have been a blessing to us as president of Sisterhood, and we are so grateful to you. May we continue to benefit from your love and concern for our community in the manner in which you have shown such attention these past many years. Sue, if you would please rise at this time. You are now officially discharged as president of Sisterhood. Sue, would you like to come forward? I know it's not your style, but nevertheless. Wherever. You don't have to walk all the way.
4 years, been a long time, but all the people that you saw stand, plus a few who were on my board the first, whatever term, I guess is the word. Everybody who stood up, everybody that you saw was a part in Sisterhood. And for as much as everybody thinks it was me, I can turn and tell you a story about each and every one who did something to help out. In addition to the boards, we have all of our past presidents who are here. I don't know, there's a lot of them here tonight, but it's been an honor, it's been a pleasure to work with these people, young, old, and in between, who have the same values and concern for Shomrei and sisterhood. The accomplishments are many, and it's really been an honor and a pleasure. The headaches have been there as well. But I thank each and every one of you, and I look forward to the incoming board because it is a continuation of what we've done and what we've built. And I look forward to seeing what we continue to do. Thank you.
Thank you for all. Sisterhood. Amazing. Just a light upon your own. Just thank you so much. I know. Enjoy.
Don't go too far, Robin. You can go down, just don't go too far. So, our God and God of our ancestors, we are going to bless in a moment the new leaders of the sisterhood, and I'm going to call their names and invite them to rise as I call their names for those who are here. Lauren Schwartzbach, Rabbi Diane Cohen, Charlene Blau, Carrie Vishager, Phyllis Levy, Tarane Banapur, Janine Reichard, Jan Ross, Sue Weiss, Talby Gelb, Nikki Gluck Iluz, which we wish refuah shlema, Karen Karcham, Lynn Freeman, Gail Kogan, and Glennie Dinnan. Please rise. Bless the leaders of this sisterhood with wisdom, vigor, and understanding. Sustain them with your spirit, Adonai. Grant that their labors be a blessing and a source of blessing. As we say Amen, you are officially installed as new members of the Board of Sisterhood for 2022 to 2024. Congratulations. Leadership demands devotion. Good leadership is never automatic. The heritage of our tradition records that in ancient times, as Rabbi Asi lay dying, his nephew was weeping and said, "Why do you weep? Could there be any part of our tradition which you have not studied or taught?" And he said, "Why do I weep? Perhaps I could have led and participated when I didn't and when I chose not to." And so we invite Ways and Means VP Janine Angel, Torah Fund VP Jackie Ben Ephraim, Program VP Carol Levin, Co-Membership VPs Norma Fink and Karen Nebel, Education VP Meredith Fox, Communications VP Tammy Metkin, Recording Secretary Sandy Gilbert, Treasurer Rochelle Silverberg, Financial VP Brenda Kasdan, and Executive VP Carrie Hart to please rise. May you have the strength of Rabbi Asi in recognizing the endless capacity you have to make a difference in the lives of this community and this sisterhood. You are now officially installed as officers of sisterhood 2022-2024. Mazel tov. may have noticed one that was missing. From the book of Proverbs, chapter 22:6, we learn, Chanoch lena'ar al pi darko, gam ki zaken lo yasor mimenu. Train children in the way they each ought to go, and they will not swerve from it even in old age. Robin has spent the better part of her life bringing her warmth, caring, and passion into the classroom and into the lives of her students. Recognized many times as the consummate educator, she has helped set the course for her students to become passionate learners. With her creativity, storytelling, and abiding warmth, Robin has been a favorite of her students. Education is the lens by which Robin sees active engagement in Jewish life. Not the only way, but for sure it is her sine qua non. And as such, her ability to engage and excite others through song, art, story, music, and dance will shape the course of our sisterhood for the next 2 years as Robin assumes the position of president. Metaphorically, tonight, sisterhood and the rest of us become Robin's blessed students. We pray that you will bring your dedication and passion for education to the community of women in this congregation and beyond as you step forward on this new journey of synagogue engagement. Robin Solomon, please rise. With these words, you are now officially installed as president of Sisterhood of Shomrei Torah Synagogue for the years 2022 to 2024. Mazel tov. And now, back to our regularly scheduled service. We turn to 39 and rise for the Barcho. Wait, before we do that, stop. I just realized, Robin, I forgot to invite you to come up and share some words. I'm so sorry. Please, have a seat, everybody. Robin, I'm so sorry.
Thank you very much for the honor of becoming Sisterhood President. I'm looking forward to the next 2 years. I need to first recognize Sue Moss for her wonderful leadership and tireless work these last 4 years. You set the bar high, Sue. Also, a special thanks to Lynn Freeman for asking or inviting or encouraging me to join Sisterhood. A personal touch always makes an impression. Shomrei Torah Sisterhood affords women the opportunity to engage in a variety of activities that are educational, spiritual, good works, and of course fun. If you've never attended a sisterhood event before, please come and bring a friend. We want to grow participation in our activities and make everyone feel welcome and connected. I'm excited to do this work in partnership with my new board and with all of you. Todah v'Shabbat Shalom.
Thank you, Robin. And now we turn to page 39 in our Sidurim and rise for the Baruch.
לעולם, מבדיל בין יום ובין לילה, אדוני צבאות שמו, אל חי וקיים, תמיד תמלוך עלינו לעולם ועד, ברוך אתה אדוני, המעריב הרבים, אהבת עולם בית ישראל וחטאת תורות. ואהבתך תסיר ממנו לעולמים, ברוך אתה אדוני, אוהב עמו ישראל.
שמע ישראל, אדוני אלוהינו, אדוני ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך, והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך, ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בם בשיתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ובשוכבך ובקומך, וקשרתם לאות על ידיך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובישעריך. אדוני אלוהיכם אמת.
Continue silently.
We turn to page 43 for מי כמוך.
Please join us.
Ya baba bim bim bam, ya baba bim bam, ya baba bim bim bam, ya baba bim bam, ay 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 ay, ya baba bim bam, ay 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 ay, ya baba bim bam. Mi chamocha, mi Adonai, mi chamocha, mi Baba Kodesh, Adonai Novos Emela.
ונאמר כי בד אדוני את יעקב גאלו מיד חזק ממנו, ברוך אתה אדוני גאל ישראל.
Amen. Our prayer for peace is found on page 45. Hashkivenu.
השכיבנו אדוני אלוהינו לשלום, לשלום, והעמידנו מלכנו לחיים. ופרוס עלינו
Shelter us beneath our wings, oh Adonai. Guard us from all harmful things, oh Adonai. Keep us safe throughout the night, till we wake with morning's light. Teach us, God, wrong from right.
Amen. סוכת שלום עלינו ועל כל עמו ישראל ועל ירושלים.
Amen. We rise, page 46, V'shamru.
ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת
לדורותם ברית עולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם
ברית עולם.
ביני
ובין
ובין
בני ישראל, אותי
ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. בששת ימים עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. וביום השביעי
יתגדל ויתקדש שמי רבה, על מה דיברה קרצי וימליך מלכותי בחייך ובביומך ובחייתך בית ישראל, בגלה ובזמן קריב ואמרו אמן. ישמע לברך על המולד ועל מהיה יתברך וישתבח ויתפאר ויתרומם ויתנשא ויתהדר ויתעלה ויתהלל שמי דקודשה בריחו אלא מקובחתה ושירתה תושבחתה בנחמתה תמירם בעלמה ואמרו אמן.
Silent Amidah begins on page 47. The Hebrew, the English are your own thoughts and prayers. We conclude on 52. Page 54, Kaddish Shalem.
יתגדל ויתקדש שמי רבה, ועל מה דברה קילותי וימליך מלכותי, וחי יכוני ובחונו חיי תכל בית ישראל, בעגלה ובזמן קריב ואימרו, יהי שמי רבה מברך, לעולם ולעלמי עלמיה, יתברך וישתבח ויתפאר ויתרומם ויתנשא, יתהדר ויתעלה ויתהלל שמי דקודשה, נעלה מן כל ברכתה ושירתה, תושבחתה ונחמתה, דמירן בעלמה ואימרו, תתקבל צלותיהון ובאותיהון דכל ישראל, קודם אבון וישמעי ואימרו, יהי שלום רב מן שמיה וחיים עלינו ועל כל ישראל ואימרו, עושה שלום ירומם, הוא יעשה שלום, הללויה כל ישראל וכל יושבי תבל ואימרו,
We remain standing for Kiddush.
דברי מרנן ורבנן וחבריי וחברותיי,
וחיים.
ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם, בורא פרי הגפן.
אמן.
ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם, אשר קידשנו במצוותיו ורצה בנו, בשבת קודשו באהבה וברצון הנחילנו, זיכרון למעשה וראשית, כי הוא יום תחילה למקראי קודש, זכר ליציאת מצרים. קיבלנו בחרתה,
ואותנו קידשת מכל העמים, ושקדשת באהבה וברצון.
ברוך אתה אדוני מקדש השבת.
Page 56, Aleinu.
עלינו לשבח לדון הכל, לתת גדולה ליוצר בראשית, שלא עשנו כגויי הארצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם בגורלנו ככל המונם, ואנחנו קוראים
משתחווים ומודים
לפני מלך מלכי המלכים והקדוש ברוך הוא, שהוא נוטה שמיים ועושה לארץ, ומושל יקרו בשמיים ממעל, ושכינתו זו
וגובי מרומים.
הוא אלוהינו אין עוד, ובית מלכנו ובית סולתו,
ככתוב בתורתו, ידעת היום והשבות ערב אביך, כי אדוני הוא האלוהים בשמיים ממעל, ועל הארץ
מתחת אין עוד, אין עוד. ככתוב בתורתך, אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד. ונאמר, והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ, ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד, ושמו
This time, we want to acknowledge those who are observing a yard site, remembering a loved one. For the 26th of Sivan to the 2nd of Tammuz, Shirley Adler, Alan Benton, Libby Blankstein, Mildred Baumier, thank you, Goldie Botwinick, Libby Burstein, Ida Chevlin, Matilda Kohodas, Marilyn Devore, Kalman Dorschkind, Shirley Dwas, Louis Epstein, Anna Furman, Charlotte Friedman, Ida Gordon, Pearl Green, Leslie Hollis, Herman Hyman, Ruth Kane, Ruth Kramer, Nathan Kurtz, Larry Little, Morris Michael, Maron Milstein, Dora Nissenholtz, Sylvia Plutzer, Benjamin Rabinowitz, Nathan Raskin, Lillian Richards, Minnie Rosenberg, Parvin Shushan, Sam Sandman, Sam Scharf, Howard Somberg, Abraham Sung, Theodore Sturman, Ann Winkler, Benjamin Yellen, Michael Zaret, and we recall the death this week of Connie Camera, mother of Jackie Ben Ephraim. Those in mourning and observing a yard site, turn to the Mourner's Kaddish, which you can find in your Siddur, page 58. Yitkadal v'yitkadash shmei Rabbah.
Amen.
Ve'amad yivrach v'yutei v'yamlik malchutei. V'chayechon v'yomechon v'chayei d'chol beit Yisrael. V'agalal v'zman kariv imru amen. Yehei shmei Rabbah mevorach le'olam v'amei omaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yita'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh. V'yitadar v'yitalev v'yitalal shmei d'busha b'richu. La'ela min kol berchata v'shirata. Tushbechata v'nechemata damiran ve'alma v'imru amen. Yehei shlama rabba min shemaya. V'chaim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Oseh shalom b'imromav hu ya'aseh shalom. Aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. May the one who brings peace to the heavens bring peace to each and every one of you as we say amen. We are now going to, as our tradition of Simcha Shabbat, invite all of our June birthdays and anniversaries to come forward. Make your way. Don't step on and trip over the cords, but come on up on the bima, and we're going to invite you to stand underneath this talit while we bless you. And Cantor Rafi sings this beautiful song written specifically for Simchat Shabbat. All right, let's see. What are we celebrating, Brenda? You don't have to say your age. Brenda is celebrating 42 years today. Carol's, how many years? 49. Wedding anniversary, what are you celebrating? 38, 78, Mazel Tov. 71. Wait. Here, one of you take hold of this pen so we could extend the. There we go. Come on up. What are we celebrating? 37 years, Mazel Tov. 75 birthdays. Rachel. 42. 69. Bob. 75. Lynn and Ron. 42. Mazel Tov. Steve. 65. Rabbi Kurt. Aaron. 84. To all of you. Yivarech Adonai v'yishmerecha. May the Lord bless you and guard you. Ya'er Adonai panav elecha v'yichnecha. May the Lord shine his countenance on you, be ever gracious to you. Adonai panav elecha v'yichnecha. May you be filled with long life. Years of celebration. Say amen as Cantor Rafi leads us in her beautiful Simcha Shabbat song.
May you always be happy and may you always celebrate. מצווה גדולה להיות בשמחה תמיד, בשמחה תמיד. מצווה גדולה להיות בשמחה תמיד.
It's a beautiful thing to gather and sing, a mitzvah to be happy always. The joy that we bring as our voices ring will fill our hearts and fill our days. Mitzvah gedola liot besimcha tamid, besimcha tamid. Mitzvah gedola liot besimcha tamid, besimcha tamid, besimcha tamid, besimcha tamid.
I missed a couple. Erica, what are you celebrating? Double high. And Bobby, are you celebrating? Eva, what is Eva? What is she celebrating? How many? 14. Results up to all of you. Whose birthday? How many years of blessed life? Well, ad mea ve'esrim, in good health and happiness. So while everybody is headed back to their seats, we're going to end services in a moment. Just a reminder that our STS Men's Club is presenting a Valley Chevra Kadisha talk on Sunday, July 10th. Services for the month of July, Kabbalat Shabbat. First 3 Friday nights, July 1st, July 8th, and July 15th, will be held at Temple Aliyah, Shomrei and Temple Aliyah together at 7 p.m., July 1st, 8th, and 15th. Then the next 3 Friday nights, July 22nd, 29th, and August 5th, will be held here jointly, Shomrei Torah and Temple Aliyah. And July 29th is a Shabbat under the stars. So join us for those. Cool off on Sunday, July 24th. Ice cream social from 3 to 5 p.m. for people of all ages. And July 31st, save a life by donating some of your blood. Shabbat Shalom. We conclude with tomorrow morning. We celebrate our board of directors as we discharge the current board and install the new board of directors. There will be a Kiddush luncheon to follow, so we hope you will join us. Hopefully you will join us for dinner if you signed up for the wonderful dinner taking place right now. And we conclude with a final
Oseh Shalom, and a thank you to our special guests on the Bima, the Kirsch family. We're so delighted to have you back. Aaron Kirsch on bass, Sammy on cajon, and Danny on vocals, and of course, part of our musical family, Kevin Longabart and Hazan Smith.
I did want to tell Sammy that it was a requirement to make sure that you had a beard. So you need to start working on that if you're up on this Bima.
We conclude with Oseh Shalom, which Danny will lead for us.
Shalom b'mamav, hu yaseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'al kol yoshvei teibel ve'imru amen. Oseh shalom b'mamav, hu
Of course. Anytime.